What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Invisible Walls,
Podcast all about breakthrough.
all about breakthroughs. So today, let's talk about our little hobby of interest, right?
All right.
But this actually helps because it's a lot that happens to do with having control, right? So the NBA is going through its own investigation right now. Did you know about this, Dan?
I saw the headline as I was getting ready to come here today.
Yeah.
Actually, that they're saying there's going to be investigations for tampering.
Yo, tampering! I can't believe it. Oh my God! So a little explanation, right?
Sure,
So
sure.
every summer it becomes a big deal because a lot of
Free agency.
free agency happens, which means a lot of NBA players are picking their teams because their contracts are
Yeah, they can make
ending.
moves.
Huge shifts happens between franchises, and if you're a sports fan, of course, NBA fan, you are looking forward to see
Yeah.
if your team especially is getting some good people.
If you guys got some beef next year.
Yeah,
or not,
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Are we suck again?
Yes.
Or are we you got a shot? You know
You're
what I
right,
mean?
right. So the strict rules are very simple. No talking, no deals before June 30th, right? And things like at the stroke of midnight is when deals supposedly start.
Yeah.
But of course, let's talk about the big moves first, right? Let's look at the craziness. This summer especially was
Yeah.
the craziest summer that I've remembered, all right? We're talking about first AD, Anthony Davis goes to the Lakers.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin
Kyrie
Durant
Irving
and
going to the
Kyrie Irving going to the Nets.
Brooklyn Nets.
Yes.
Kawhi Leonard
Kawhi Leonard and Paul George
going to the Clippers.
going to the Clippers.
Russell Westbrook going to the Rockets.
To the Rockets.
Chris Paul going to the Thunder.
That's so crazy. And most of this was coming out day of, man.
Yeah, there was a lot of early news. Kawhi was the longest one.
The Kawhi one extended.
Yeah.
It felt like Kawhi was the only one that actually was respecting.
Bro, Kawhi saved the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
You didn't want him to go to the Lakers?
no. It's not that. I'll explain
Okay.
when we start talking about that part. But,
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold on to this. I promise I won't forget.
Okay.
Kawhi saved the NBA. But the free agency thing is they're stupid because they're saying oh my God, within minutes there was trades and deals that occurred.
Yeah.
How did they call each other and
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't be stupid.
They're
People
not
had-
stupid, yeah.
People had commitments.
Yeah, yeah.
They just didn't have paperwork.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They can
there's
talk.
no rule against the paperwork, or there's no rule against the hey, I was hanging out with my friend, and he and I decided hey, why don't we play together next season? Why don't we try to make that happen?
But there is a rule. They're very strict about really tampering. Players cannot talk. LeBron James got fined months ago at the idea of before the first negotiation of getting AD onto the Lakers, right? He was asked would it be cool? What do you think if he had come to the Lakers? I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be fantastic. And he got fined for that.
That's stupid. It's not okay. These are people. These aren't cattle. These aren't components to a vehicle that you can just switch and swap whenever you want just because you own the team.
Yeah.
These are individuals who have lives, who have families, and who have friendships.
So you think this is an owner initiative to kind of
This
have
is
control?
The
right?
only people who are upset about any sort of tampering would have
Owners.
to be owner or league.
And hardcore fans,
Players,
maybe.
are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Even if you tell the players you cannot talk to each other about joining each other's teams, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do that
Professional. Imagine Larry and I doing podcasts like this.
Yeah, it's they're gonna go out to restaurants with each other. They're gonna work
gonna
out
hang
with
out.
each other. They're gonna hang out with each other.
There's no way you
There's-
can plug that hole.
There's so much talk that happens behind the scenes that even if you make that mandate, they're gonna laugh because they're still gonna do it.
Yeah.
But the audacity that you think that you can just tell somebody because you work here, you're not allowed to talk or do any of this.
It's a
stuff. They're
very
gonna
odd
do
rule.
it anyway.
It's an odd rule, yeah.
It dates back to the slavery days. if you
yeah,
ask me.
because you're talking about modern day any other job,
Yeah.
right? It's like making it illegal
Yeah.
for you to fish for other jobs while you have a job.
Yeah,
It's really that.
it's.
But you're dealing with millionaires.
You're not gonna stop LeBron James from being at a cookout with D Wade and be like, "So what's up, man? You think about coming back or what?" Ribbing him,
Yeah.
and then that might turn into something.
There
But you
comes the
can't
fun.
stop that.
You can't stop
You're
that.
not gonna stop that. It's gonna keep happening.
Yeah, I think this whole investigation that got prompted is because a lot of owners are pissed because now their franchises are so lopsided. Because clearly, the dual teams are the ones to watch next year.
For
Plus
me, I
the
feel
State
like
Warriors.
the owners being pissed is because they don't have control as much as they used to, right?
Yeah,
To have your player who you've invested in, who you brought to your shit ass town with your shit ass fans, to like be something that you can build around.
Yeah.
But let's say you don't successfully build around that player the way that player expected, and then that player is like disappointed because they were sold up the river, something that didn't come through. Yeah. So now they're like, well, in my own personal career, I would like to do A, B, and C. Yeah. And I'm now seeing that that's not going to be possible here. I want to get out of here. Yeah. You cannot tell me as a human being, as a person, regardless of them being a professional athlete, multimillionaire.
Yeah, it should be the opposite.
It's this person is doing a job and is getting paid a salary. Yeah. You can't tell me that you're going to tell somebody who's a boss to be like, no, tell that person they're not allowed to leave. Yeah. They're stuck here because X, Y, and Z. Like, no, that person is a human being. They have a contract, and there are ways to get out of the contract. There's business that allows for, I'm not happy here, I want to move, or you're not happy with me here, you've sent me down the river. Both of those two things are valid ways to do business in the NBA right now. Yeah.
It's the only time that I would actually say at will employment. Yeah. It's actually very fruitful for both sides on this, because you're dealing with multimillionaires, man. If anything, they should have this freedom to say or do whatever they want. It's not like at a low-wage job where you need the job to survive, where the employer has more leverage, right? You're dealing with multimillionaires. Deal or no deal, I'm walking away just fine, right? So it's a harder way to bargain, but which is funny because that's how the NFL works. The NFL is still struggling. It's an owner-centric type of league, and mostly everybody have complained about that being a problem, right? Of course, there's a hardcore fan saying like, you have ruined the league. Now everyone can go wherever the balance is out of shift. Teams are going to be dominant. But that's at every era, dude. We go to your team, Patriots. Yeah. They feel awfully dominating in the last decade.
I'm not going to lie, though. Like, if you look at the Patriots roster, when you don't ever really see, like, so you have Tom Brady. Yeah. Tom Brady was not first round first pick. No, I'm not. I'm just explaining it. Okay. Tom Brady was not first round first pick. He was not first round 10th pick. Yeah. You know what I mean? There was a lot of people who didn't see the potential in a Tom Brady. So him being a legend, him being as good as he is, a lot of people didn't see that coming, right? Yeah. If you then look at the supporting cast of the Patriots, I rarely see like what I saw in the Dallas Cowboys, where you had your Emmitt Smith, your Troy Aikman, and your Michael Irvin all at the same time. Yeah. I've maybe seen you have your Tom Brady, you have your Gronk, and then like you have a supporting cast member who's really good, but is like has no endorsement deals, has no movies, they're not like 3-star bing bang boom.
Not superstar.
It's not super team. It's just super efficient.
Yeah.
So that's my Patriots observation.
Yeah. I mean, the closest cousin if we're staying within the NBA is the Golden State Warriors, right? Where they were groomed into superstars.
Now exactly. I think the Golden State Warriors also had a great draft, and they had some seeds that grew into some incredible
major
trees.
Foresight.
Yeah, it's the thing that I actually appreciate now about where the NBA is, and I guess let's unpack the Kawhi Leonard saves the NBA. Yeah. I get super teams, right? Like I get players knowing that like, hey, we're in the era of gratification. We're in the era of you didn't do shit if you didn't get rings. Yeah. We've heard 15 years of people talking bad about LeBron because he didn't have rings. Yeah. So we clearly see that like from an outsider standpoint, there's a lot of emphasis played on you ain't shit because you didn't get rings. Yeah. Right? We've created that as a way to be able to discern Michael Jordan being better than LeBron, or just in general, like to talk crap about players or whatever. So now we're mad all of a sudden that players are like, well, let's
go for the rings.
I better get some rings, right? Like I want to be in something. I want to have some significance. Plus, I do want to win a championship.
Yeah, and being able to enjoy the time with my friends, people that I want to play with, and have some control. Yeah. And I think that's why NBA is such an exciting league, that it allows players to kind of be the person that decides their fate, because it is a star type of show, right? Without the superstars, what is the NBA? It's just a bunch of basketball players. Come on, no. People watch NBA to see LeBron, AD, Kawhi Leonard, like just dominate or not, right? Or like newcomers.
Yeah,
we
want to see great competition.
Great competition at the best. Yeah. And I mean, it sparked a controversy. All the owners got together And I'm surprised. Like I was wondering because Jordan being like that type of a player, right? And being an owner now, having that, being the GOAT, right? But being in a position now as an owner, he has to kind of like not lean too heavily on both sides. But they all came out of that deciding that, they have to do an investigation because his team suffered. Yeah, Kemba Walker walked out.
Should have saw that coming.
Should have saw that coming. But I think he's equally as upset because as an owner, there's probably he definitely has a lot of ego with how he is and everything. So he probably was unhappy about that too. I groom you to who you are, to the point where you're valuable, right? And now you just leave.
It's from the owner's perspective. I can see that like they have to see their teams in shifts of like 6-7 years at a time.
Yeah. What's his team again?
The Bobcats.
Is it Bobcats?
I think he's a Bobcats owner. I don't think he's a Hornets owner. I thought he was the Charlotte Bobcats.
He's with the Bobcats, but the Hornets is the...
Kemba Walker's on the Hornets. Was on the Hornets.
But Jordan's team is the Hornets. Is
Jordan
it the
owns the Hornets? I'm going
to look this up.
Let's fact check. I thought he owned the Bobcats.
No.
I thought he owned the Bobcats. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Maybe Kemba Walker isn't a Bobcat, though. I thought he was a Hornet.
I'm going to look this up.
Yeah. Anyway.
Keep
whatever.
going.
Fact check for me because I don't follow that team. But as an owner, right, like you have to look at your team.
Hornets. Because he's from North Carolina.
Okay. Jordan owns the Hornets?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he owned the Bobcats. Who owns the Bobcats? Fuck it. I don't care.
He played 15 seasons. All right. I'll go read this, right?
Okay.
Basketball player who is the principal owner of the Charlotte Hornets of the of the NBA. Yeah, Hornets. That's correct. Yeah.
Check out Jordan. Anyway,
that's a big team.
Sorry, guys, I got that one wrong. I should have known.
Well, I mean, no one wants to live in North Carolina.
Excuse me. So, as the owner, you're looking at your team in 6-7 year spurts of like, can we be dominant within this time? If yes, double down. If no, prepare for the next 6-7 year shift. Right.
The Bobcats are now back to being the Hornets, so they are the same team.
Gotcha.
We're both right.
Okay.
All
right. So I look at it like this: the owner is like, I'm responsible for making sure that this team is paying the people that work at the stadium.
Yeah.
We sell the merchandise.
They want to
do well. Like there's a whole business behind it. So to have like your Kemba Walker, and he's like, oh, I'm out of here. And like, well, who else do you have now? You don't have anybody now, right? Like, what are you going to get for Kemba Walker? Some draft picks and some trades?
Yeah, the owners.
So you're now in the new, like, I gotta hunker down for the next 4 years, and then we're going to strike again in 2024.
Sure. The where you're located, like the owners that are located in not L.A.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, yeah. Are always going to be a hard sell to superstars.
Yeah.
Because with superstars they should always have the pick of the lot, right? That's always going to be the case. So those guys are going to always have to suffer through that. And it probably will be unbalanced in that way. I mean, that's the whole argument between East versus West.
Yeah.
People love the West Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why all the best teams are usually in California and big market
metropolis teams because
it's fun, diverse.
You're playing half the season at this location, or maybe like 36% of your.
A lot of your time is just hanging and representing there
in this town, in this area. Do you want to be freezing your ass off? You know what I mean? In Denver or like freaking.
You want to spend your nights clubbing in Milwaukee, bro? Yeah. It's like, what are you gonna do?
You know that lifestyle that you see Drake on TV talking about? You can have it yourself because you're famous and you're rich.
Yeah.
And it's right down the street.
Yeah.
Go on to like LA. Go to. There's 2 teams in LA. You know what I mean? Like you get 2 shots.
That's why we got 4 superstars, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, the Clippers versus Lakers is gonna be crazy.
The Western Conference Championships this year are gonna be the NBA Finals. I promise you. The Western Conference Championships this next season is gonna be better than the actual NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Mark my words.
Yes. So, yeah, I can understand and empathize why if I was a owner of, Michael Jordan over at the Bobcats.
It hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts.
And things have to be balanced, but I don't think the way they're going about it, trying to punish players, is going to do it because ultimately it's going to be players' choice.
Yeah.
So if I were to ask you to propose on the spot, like what would be a solution to this to kind of even the playing field?
Well, here's what's interesting, right? Is like, I feel like the players have salty bargaining power.
Yeah.
Right. But they sign a contract. Yeah. So
Lock
in defense of the owners, right? When the owner presents a contract, it's like, we will pay you X million for 5 years. We need 5 years of your blood, sweat, and tears for this organization. And if you do this, we're going to build up a supporting cast. Like, you are a key player, and we will do the rest, right? If both sides sign that contract, I don't feel bad if either side is upset.
Okay.
Because, like, you knew that was your opportunity to be like, well, actually, I wanted more money, or actually, I wanted whatever.
You change it then.
The thing, though, that players are realizing that they have in their power is just performance-based attitude. I mean, I can serve out the contract if you want, but my thigh.
Yeah. I'm out. And that's what's starting to happen. A lot of players are forcing a trade.
I'm not gonna be all in it because I'm already upset. I'm not showing up at practices. You see, I'm not giving it my all. You can tell that I'm not putting my heart into it. You can tell that you're wasting 4 years out of that contract if I'm gonna continue to be like this. So it's better for you to cut your losses and try to make a move and make me happy because you can bring in another piece that will at least give you the value that you're paying in my absence versus you spending all that money and I'm still not going to perform.
I hurt myself.
Players are leveraging their position a lot better now and getting away with it.
Well, how do you feel about that? Because I'm half and half. Because like a contract to me feels like it's a contract, right? And it's the equivalent of showing up to work and not putting your full effort anymore. It's like you're cheating everybody, not just the owner but the fans, right? It's a disrespect. You're not being a professional.
I don't like the attitude personally. Ethically speaking, if I signed a contract and I wanted out of the contract, I would have no problem professionally being like, I don't like this anymore, or some sort of circumstantial thing has changed. Like Derek Fisher, I think Derek Fisher's daughter was going through medical procedures at the time, and I think he was at OKC. OKC and the Lakers worked together to get Derek Fisher signed to the Lakers so that he could spend the majority of his time being close to the family, close to the hospital, and being able to see his doctor.
That's nice.
That gives me hope that like I can be a professional about things and be like, look, circumstantially things have changed for me here. I love everything about Milwaukee, but I feel like my life is very LA right now. What can we do? Like, I don't want to disrespect your friends.
That conversation can be taking place.
The hard part about going that route is the team is like, well,
you have a target on your back.
He's an ethical person. He's going to do well. I'm just going to keep, hey, Larry, free agency. Like, it was tough this year. Everyone was asking for so much. So we're going to try next year to get you what you want. Year 3. Okay, Larry, we got real close to a deal, Larry. But, it's just that dang commissioner.
They're going to
try
do their best to keep
They're going to rope and dope and shuck and jive, So I know why the players have to pull such a bold move to get what they want.
Because you don't want to hang out with all these people that you told them you don't want to hang out with them anymore. It's a weird, awkward setting in the locker room with all your players. He's like, oh, you're just gonna walk out now because you're a big shot. It feels, the gelling. It is bad almost like because owners can't think that suddenly things are just gonna be fine. They don't want to drag that out any further.
I think the hard part, if I can jump in, sorry, I'm not cutting you off on a point.
No, go for it.
I think the hard part is like, as a player, feeling owned is got to be a terrible thing, especially once you start breaking into upper echelon. I would say there's a lot of people in the NBA who are like, I don't care. I'm just super happy that I'm out of my situation. I am making multi-million dollars a year. My family good, my mama good, my brother good, everybody. You know what I mean? Like I'm able to change things in my life for many people. I'm happy about that. And that's usually the 1st to 3 year rookies who have gone from college on
life changing
to like now, hey, I had a commercial, I had this, I had that, like I'm somebody. I don't feel bad that like rookies sign like a 3 year deal on a projected rookie trade or a draft salary. Like that makes sense. I feel like that's the only time where I feel like the owner period is like established and strong. So maybe that should be extended. I don't know, because that's the best time where the mindset of the person who's being owned is most likely willing to be like, yep, I signed a 5 year deal with the Lakers. Like, I'm happy. But the antithesis to that for that point for me is also the fact that like these rookies show up with probably interests of going somewhere other than Milwaukee, somewhere other than Denver.
They don't get the pick.
And then Denver's like, we want Larry Charles, 6'5" out of Penn State, and yada yada yada.
Thank you. It feels so good.
hi, hey everybody.
Yeah.
Happy to be the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
Happy to be here for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
It's a tough business, but it is a business, and I think that's the part of the business that always kind of bothered me is the like, I'm gonna do work for you, but it's not at will. It's at draft.
Yeah.
The at will is I'm willing to go into this lottery and business, but I'm gonna give you my blood, sweat, and tears and effort, but I don't know who for initially. That's a tough period for the athlete, I can imagine.
It's a tough period, but I can't really think of a better system that would make it fair on both sides. Because if players get to choose at the very beginning, no one's going to choose Milwaukee. It's a hard sell. But if they have...
The draft is necessary.
Yeah, if they circumvent that issue somehow, then they might solve the issue of people wanting to leave Milwaukee, right? If you build up some kind of a package to upsell your franchise... aside from forcing you to play here, they have a better chance when it comes to them acquiring superstars or keeping superstars, which is the main problem that, it circles back, right? They want to have those draft picks so that they can get potential superstars, but the problem is you're not going to keep them. As soon as they become superstars, it becomes something. They're going to have the ability to choose. And that's what these owners of lesser desired locations are suffering right now, right? But again, it is like a controversy, but at the same time,
Memphis.
Yeah, but it's a great place to be for where the NBA is. Because the NFL, you really look at that league.
I would prefer
it's
NBA
so
style
bad,
NFL
dude.
Style.
Not only you can suffer brain damage in any second that you play within the season.
High likelihood of injury, let alone career-ending injury.
Career-ending injury.
Be seen as a bitch because you like, oh my God, he blew out his knee and didn't play. He can't take
it's
a hit.
rougher, and it's like very owner mentality. I don't even know of how it works in the NFL when you switch teams. You have no choice in that, right? Usually,
it seems like you
play out your contract, and then
it seems like and again, this is my perception and observation. It seems like the NFL goes to greater lengths to punish players than basketball does, right? Like, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Like that we laugh, but there's truth in jest there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there is like that is like some slave shit, man. You know what I mean?
Well, is the NFL an older league than the NBA?
Actually, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
Because the NBA,
I think basketball is an older sport than football.
Really?
But as a professional organization, I don't know if the NFL came first or the NBA. Because the NBA was the ABA, then the NBA, and then the merge. But the NFL, I don't know which one came first, to be honest. I would put my money that
time.
The NBA, that professional basketball was before professional football, but that's a guess.
I'm gonna look it up. Buy me some time.
Sure. What I will say is this: like, players have more power now. It's just that they know they have more power now, so they're forcing situations that owners are having to deal with, small market teams are having to deal with, and that's kind of hurting the industry. But this year is the year where, like, I'm actually super glad that it went down the way that it did, because I think that Kawhi actually saved the NBA. I don't think that we have a Golden State Warriors team picking up Kevin Durant situation anywhere.
You didn't like that move?
I hated that. I hated, like...
Well, Kevin Durant hated that, too.
With everything in my body, I did not like that. Kevin Durant, I completely respect. Phenomenal player and can make any adult decision that he wants. If he wants to go to Golden State legitimately, cool. I'm not going to, like, shit on your prerogative. But from a balance of power standpoint, I was like, KD, I was like... You yourself are almost good enough that, like, you and one other person could have beat the Warriors, man.
Yeah, they were close.
And by other person, I meant not Westbrook.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And another person, not one other person.
Yeah.
I think KD and Westbrook, interesting combo, but KD with a great number 2 about his size, like another stretch forward, I think could have caused damage. And as a fan, it was sad to see so much power potential go to first place.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what bothered me. It's like giving a red shell to first place. It doesn't happen in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
If you're in first place and have a red shell, it's because you had the red shell and then you got first place.
Yeah.
It's not the other way around.
Right.
So I just felt bad that, like, he made that move.
Yeah.
I would rather have seen him leave OKC if that was the case. But I would love to have seen him go and make another team stronger to make them a formidable. I didn't want to see him go to first place. That broke my heart.
So you respect more of what LeBron is doing, right? Going to the Lakers with without a superstar, and now that he's adding at least some help.
I actually respect. I don't respect
because LeBron would never join the State Warriors. Well,
I don't think he would. I don't think he would. Legacy wise, he wouldn't ever live that down.
Yeah.
Everyone looks at him as King James Messiah. Right?
Yeah,
the people that love him and the people that don't.
Yeah.
The people that love him believe him that he can.
He can beat him.
The people
he did beat him once.
But the people that hate LeBron, who will say, "Oh, King James Messiah," only reference that in his shame when he doesn't perform at king level. But they both all are holding that expectation. One is hoping to weaponize it. One is actually believes in it. So that's the dilemma for LeBron. So I don't ever see him being like, "Man, fuck it, man." Me, AD, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. We all, we're really excited about this Kawhi Leonard, and we all went to the Raptors.
Yeah.
All of us. I don't see LeBron making a move like that.
Would that have been different because Kawhi almost went to the Lakers, right? Would that have changed your perspective? Would that have hurt his legacy?
I think Kawhi was leveraging the Lakers.
Like he was fucking
I think he
with
was
them?
leveraging the Lakers. I don't think that...
He had every intention to go there?
I think he wanted the news to be public that he was talking to force a move for the people he was interested in.
So he wanted LA, he wanted Clippers.
I believe Clippers were primary for sure, and I don't think that if things went well with the Lakers, he would have taken it if Clippers were still on the board.
Right.
Because I actually do think that Kawhi, as quiet and as reserved and as humble appearance as he is, I feel like he's and the decision making in his camp have a validation chip on their shoulder ever since what happened at San Antonio.
You got to remind me.
Okay, so
when LeBron beat him or what?
No, so he had an injury, thigh injury.
Oh, right.
Tony Parker had a similar type of injury. Tony Parker kind of, I don't want to say bounced back faster than Kawhi, but was willing to play faster than Kawhi based on his injury. But then also publicly commented that, same thing happened to me and I'm out here, but where's he? Right? To be Kawhi Leonard, to know how much of an impact you have on that team and how hard you're going to
hear
play
that
for
from
them.
your teammate.
To know that your team, your training staff, and everyone is telling you other than how you feel, that just hurts your relationship. If I'm tired and someone's like, "Larry, you're tired. Look at that guy over there busting his ass," and that may be true.
Yeah.
That guy is putting on. He's doing. But where I am in my comfort, in my ability to perform to what I expect of myself, or even just am interested in doing, and you're trying to force me to push. Yeah. You're going to get resentment. You're going to create tension. Yeah. You might even be right, though, but it's the fact that, you're not creating a mutually beneficial situation. Yeah. Encourage me differently. Hey, man, let's see how you're doing. Yeah. Tell me how you're doing. Yeah. How can I encourage you to feel the way I want you to think versus me tell you that you're wrong is a whole different approach.
He came back on the freaking Raptors. And in that, finals, he looked like he was hobbling. He was hurting.
He keeps getting bumped and knocked, and people.
But he wasn't playing. He was on a suave. There's definitely he was playing with an injury, but he still won. Right, and that's a huge fuck you all.
What's worse is you see what happened to KD, right? Yeah. Which is
he was forced.
That is Kawhi's ace
worst
in the hole,
nightmare,
right? He probably sent that clip to the Spurs training staff.
This is what you wanted me.
Hey, did y'all see this?
It's true, man. That was crazy, dude. How they and that's probably what caused KD to finally make a decision. You guys told me I was gonna be cool.
Well, I'm not gonna blame the Warrior staff for KD completely. I think that,
but there was some pressure to bring him back on.
Have some responsibility that they overlooked. Yeah. Right? KD is always in control of himself and his own decisions. If he knew or even thought that he shouldn't have been out there, he shouldn't have been out there. Yeah. So if KD thought he was good, because he was yeah, I'm good, cool. Yeah. The training staff believes him, cool. Versus being let's be safe, right? Yeah. This is risky, KD. We want 6 good years, not 6 good minutes. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta play long ball, and so unfortunately, KD went out, suffered another injury, and even if he was good and that was just another freak accident that just so happened to happen, it's hard for me to believe that because I imagine
coming
that,
back
it's
from
related,
a long injury,
same leg, different area, but you know how foundations work. You might have a problem on the second floor because your first floor ain't great. Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad, but I felt instantly Kawhi felt validated. And was to like see this is why I was sitting out that season.
Yeah. But like this is what like the organizations force, especially young players, right? Yeah. To like really push them, especially if they want to get drafted. Yeah. Because how many young players do we see go into the league and then blow out their knee first game? Like Zion, right? Well, that first game.
When Zion's foot flew through that shoe and he got injured.
Yeah.
I bet he saw so much shit flash through his eyes. Like,
yeah, but even in the summer league, he hurt himself, right?
How did he hurt himself in the summer league? I remember that
he played that first game. He
bruised knee or something like that.
Yeah, he felt really weird. Yeah, and then all this all this stuff started coming out. He's too heavy because he's 285 pounds. He's like the heaviest person in the NBA.
Well, he's built like a Shaq, in my opinion, and so.
But he's not playing like a Shaq.
He's not bullying people under the hole in the same sense.
He's not meant to be the center.
Bump. Yeah, he's not getting the same bump contact, but he's getting way more up and down vertical.
Dude, for that weight, dude, that's insane. Like how
you
he
see
can
that
move.
Block where he jumped from
bro.
Under the hole?
He has definitely some talent.
I thought for sure that there was some like slow-mo trickery happening.
But it's the Derrick Rose like fear, right? Yeah. Like there's only so much of the rubber band that you could stretch. Yeah, eventually. Especially at that rate, at his weight, eventually it's gonna break. Mm-hmm. At that level of intensity, that many deals on his shoulders to overperform and push himself. Without the right diet, without the right exercise, and everybody's kind of putting their hopes into his basket, he could end up being a player in the next couple of years where life-changing type of event, man.
He reminds me of like a tall Larry Johnson. Because Larry Johnson from the Hornets, back in the day player, was like super stocky, built, very agile, and would just like gorilla slam on top of you. And that's not me being racist. I'm black. I just literally mean like the motherfucker was like, oof, you know what I mean? People got the hell out of his way.
Someone just said that.
Oh yeah, see?
That's crazy. How?
No, because it's a true observation.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even looking at the comments.
That's insane. You guys should sync up after the call.
We're on to something.
You're on to something.
But I'll say this. If Zion dropped 25 pounds, it wouldn't hurt him at all. I think he'd still be just as impressive.
I think it'll be way better.
More speed and agility.
And more air, dude. If he can jump that high, that heavy, dude. If he gets lighter.
Yeah, that's...
Because he can do the free throw dunk. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it. He did the free throw dunk?
He does the free throw dunk.
He did the free throw block.
Yeah, but dude.
He did the free throw
He's
dunk.
An amazing talent, right? But like that's why the league is so exciting, because it is a player-centric league. Yeah. As most sports should be, right? And that's where NFL is kind of like falling behind, in my opinion, where they don't make the players the most important asset of their teams. I think besides a few selected, but even at the level of Tom Brady, right? Do you equate it to a LeBron James in terms of control and success? No, I don't feel the same between the two players, even though they're at the top of their game, right?
Well, here's a question for you: Are there any near billionaire or 500 millionaire athletes in the NFL that were not quarterbacks? That's just I'm just wondering. That also didn't play dual sports, so like don't count Deion Sanders, which I don't even think that he did.
I don't think so. Yeah, that's
and,
true.
What's his name? Bo Jackson. I don't think.
Yeah.
Bo Jackson
what is Tom Brady's?
Tom Brady's net worth is probably like I'm assuming 466 million, somewhere around there. It's a guess. But the reason why I'm asking is like in the NBA, you're not
very old school. Yeah.
You're not as controlled, right? Like you don't how you behave and how you act.
580.
580?
Motherfucker.
Way to go, Tom Brady. I really feel like they literally think old school style own you in the NFL, whereas in the NBA, it's owning but more leaning towards like incentivized partnership.
Yes.
Because
it's more business to business.
Exactly. For the players now to be getting their way to going to other teams and doing this and that,
I think that's a huge success.
In the NFL, you're there unless they get rid of you. Like when you see like someone's been traded, I don't recall the last time it was like, I want to leave.
It was a mutual
trade me. It was like one of those like, no, we're getting rid of you. You're a problem now. Like look at Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, I was just seeing that. Yeah, he was so upset.
His trade was punishing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It wasn't. There was no partner. There was no like, hey, thanks for your service, thanks for your time. We're gonna build a franchise without you. And like the dude from the Toronto was like, if Kawhi wants to go, we'll have to kick his ass.
Yeah.
But we did everything we could. Like that's even as the player, like that's the attitude that these business owners should have, is just respect the fact that it's a mutually beneficial relationship.
They were thanking him for his service, and it's like, hey, it was a great year. Thank you for bringing a championship to our town.
Yep.
That is a very respectable way to go about it, and I think a lot of that has to do with the commissioner changing the attitude. What's his name? The bald guy.
Was it Stern? Stern's the commissioner?
Something like
Forget
that.
his name.
For the NBA, right?
Yeah, for the commissioner.
He seems like a caricature. But like, I mean, it's a different. It starts from there with that attitude, and it becomes a more enjoyable process to
Adam
watch.
Silver.
Adam Silver.
Thank you, the Traveling Dunks. Appreciate your support.
Traveling Drunks.
Drunks? Oh shit. Yeah, there you go. Even better.
Yeah, but it totally makes sense, because for me, like I grew up playing football. Football was my sport and preferred sport in school. I don't watch football unless it's a really like two teams that I really want to watch kind of bang it out, but not as religiously as I do with NBA. It's just more exciting. But because I'm more of a conscious adult, like I know the baggage that the leagues bring. Yeah. Like I know this, is it CTE, concussion?
Oh, yeah.
Is such a huge deal with the NFL. They keep trying to sweep that under the rug. It's like, all right, come on, man. I can't support this because it feels weird. It affects the money. Yeah, sure. But so this is affecting the money way more. It's like you're denying.
But that's what I'm saying is that, like, hey, we can't have this news out there. You know what I mean?
We won't get any players.
We're not going to get any. We're not going to make money. We own these people. They're millionaires. But then you have cases of, like, God rest his soul, Junior Seau, who is no longer with us.
Yeah. Right? Like this is, I find it very hard to watch football, knowing that the way the players are treated and the way the league kind of their attitude in the well-being of their players, right? And treating less as a business to business, but like ownership of the actual player. There's nothing appealing about the sport to me anymore to enjoy, because when I'm watching a game, that's what I think about. It's like, oh my God. And then bring on like the college aspect of like none of those students get that money from both sports. Bro, but that's besides, oh my God, that's a whole nother talking about owning. This is like straight up bullshit, which is insane, because at some point I feel like we're just at least dealing with the NBA being more forward thinking. They have to go towards these guys. We're just gonna skip you out of this whole process. Then, like, we're gonna draft just good players who just apply. Right? They don't have to go through the college experience, because I imagine that 19 or what's that rule where you have to be 19
to go to NFL,
to go to the NBA.
NBA, okay.
Right. And I think that was more of a college incentive, right? Hey, guys, everyone's skipping college to go straight to the NBA. Then we can't really draft the best players, right? To make 4 years worth of money. How about 1 year? But now they're fastly going back to
there's
to 18. It's like, you guys are fucking up right now,
there's a lot of business relationships where these kinds of things happen.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you just follow the money. You look at a decision, follow the money.
Yeah.
And money is, people say, the root of all evil, but at big business, like multi-million, billion-dollar businesses, people will do whatever they can to make sure that the money keeps flowing.
Yeah.
Including overlook CTE and not do anything about it.
Yeah. Well, you were at Penn State, right?
I was.
So I'm sure you brushed shoulders with a lot of these athletes. Were they going through a lot of this turmoil?
To be honest, the athletes that I ever did see or know about actually lived. The ones that I recognized lived pretty nicely, even in college time.
Okay.
What was expected of them was to be very top-level athletes. I didn't see them at parties as much. I didn't spend a lot of time at main campus anyway, though, so there's that. Yeah. But they already kind of knew they were like NFL-bound, the ones that were, right? Yeah. So like, I'm assuming their class load and their expectations in class was not worth the like scholarship money that they were able to get to go there.
Right.
To have like, I got an A+ in basket weaving this year. You're getting this education that is just like, it's there, it's offered to you. But like, really, if I look at their course load, I would hope that some of them actually took advantage of literally being at like an esteemed state school and try to get a great degree.
Right.
But if you add on how hard you see people studying that aren't athletes, right? Then tell that person you have 40 to 50% less time to do that, plus Saturdays because you're traveling and playing in a game.
It's an impossible ask, yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? We're draining star athletes at that age, right? And just grooming them to be an athlete, but where the availability of education will actually make them better businessmen, because essentially they are a brand, right? That they're going to be sorting out, because all the education will actually help them. Their body's going to wear and tear. And especially in a case where Zion is a super athlete, right? If anything breaks, does he have the education to kind of back up a secondary career? And most of these star athletes don't, because they've been told, like, don't concentrate on that. Concentrate on your gifts.
Get to the millions.
Yeah. But those are the athletes that push too far and where things just snap, right? That happens so often. And it's a scary type of place without the right guidance. And then, like, if they do go through the 4-year college deal, they get none of that monies.
It kills me to see people getting swallowed up financially, knowing that, I don't want to call it the promised land, but I think that if you make it to multiple millions, being offered to you in less than a year's time, I think that you are in an incredible position where you could leverage that to be good for a very long time, living the normal person's life. If you want to maintain the celebrity's life, then you need multiple millions, multiple years. You know what I mean? What really kills me is the Mike Tyson story, or the Antoine Walker story, or the wow, this person that I'm connected to is a millionaire, so I'm gonna get to be 100,000-aire. Like, I'm gonna do whatever I can to be like in his face all the time. I'm a barber who gives you $70,000 haircuts. Because you got it like that.
But it's true.
And then when you don't, I'm gonna shit on you and
exactly. And the only thing you can trust is probably your family. But there's plenty of cases that family will be the closest one to fuck you over,
bro.
But this is where educational part, where they've been groomed to be an athlete and not concentrate on all the other things that will help them deal with all this attention and business deals. You're just sitting there at the table and they're going with their lingo and you have no understanding of it, but this is your future, and you get signed into a contract that the
company that represents you is in their best interest to make as much money as possible to get you deals and such. But win or lose, they get paid. You lose, you're out of your contract. You're not getting that.
These companies are always looking for multiple clients, and so they're going to squeeze the shit out of you too until their next client is going to carry them over the next year. Oh, well, you broke. So we're going to move on to the next star athlete. It's a scary...
It's a churn cycle.
But most NBA players rely on family to manage their stuff, or friends, right?
I think that it's that because it's just trust, right? Like,
it's a trust issue.
Let's say...
But are these qualified people?
Here's your life experience, though, right? For the first 19 years of your life, all you've had was family and friends. So your ability to know about someone and trust them over that 19 years, you've probably identified who your close friends are, even who your close family is, and then you have your everyone else. Right. Now imagine you're drafted, you sign a $4 million 2-year contract or whatever.
Who do
so
you
you're
turn
going to get $8 million over 2 years. So roughly $4 million in cash that you'll actually get to have. So $2 million a year, some shit, right? None of the people you know have had that kind of lifestyle or money. None of the people you know are in a position to actually give you legitimate guidance. Like, hey, bro, you know what you should do? Man, buy like 6 Wingstops, bro. You know how much we like Wingstops? That shit'll be popping.
I'll manage it for you. Don't worry about it. I'll send you a check.
It's hard. These people are in a new territory dealing with new sharks that they haven't dealt with before.
That's why, in my opinion, I would much rather go through a professional than a family at that point. It's like, how many millions have you handled before?
The other side of that coin is like here comes the professional who's like, I'm a professional.
I have multiple versions of you.
I have your best interest in heart, who they're like, I just picked up a $4 million account.
That's a tough problem.
I just picked up Brandon Pham, the outside linebacker from Huntington Beach, California, or whatever. I picked up a father, a family man, and an artist even. That level of connection, that level of trust is super hard. And the business doesn't care. The agents are going to keep seeing more athletes show up to want to make the millions. They're always going to have, there's always going to be another
but if I had to pick, right, I would actually prefer that guy versus a cousin. You know what I mean? Because in that room, we can't be two idiots not understanding what's going on. You know what I mean? It's like, what, you understand what he said? No, I have no idea. Contract, I guess we got to get a lawyer. Yeah, you should be on that, right? Yeah, I guess I'll call around. So it's like, at least with the professional, this is not his first rodeo. I think you'll be in better hands.
I would love it if, like, Marshawn Lynch seems to be in this vehicle or in this lane of people who was like, I came in, I made my millions, but I was very smart about what I did and how I spent my money. And he's like trying to give back and work with his teammates and, you know, get them on the right.
Yeah, that's probably the best way.
I love that. But what I would love to see even more is like if somebody were to just be like, look, I'm retired athlete so-and-so. I'm still balling. Look at everything I got.
Yeah.
Here's my step-by-step plan. Being where I am today, here's how I would get you. Here's your 50% money that you can do whatever you want with.
Yeah.
As long as you respect this template I'm making. Yeah. Put this much here.
Yeah.
Put this much here. Put this much here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to update this every 4 or 5 years because industries may change. I'm not going to tell you to invest in a GameStop 5 years from now.
Yeah.
But at least say, like, this is a solid plan that allows you to just fuck off half your money. Because you're probably going to anyway.
Yeah.
You're going to want that experience.
Yeah.
So long as you just listen to me for this half.
Yeah.
Even if you have no agent, if you don't trust your agent, you don't whatever, at least give him this and tell him to do it.
Yeah.
I would love to see at least that. At least I'm stupid. I don't know what to do with my money, so I went and got the, the Deion Sanders plan or whatever, like somebody who has been through it, who knows what to do.
Yeah.
Just follow a template.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot, like not a lot, but a few athletes have been going back to kind of educate. Like this,
they need it.
This is new money.
Yeah.
Come to my course. It's gonna help you to maintain it. You don't want to be like on VH1, 100 celebrities that that lost their money.
It's so sad to see them in the same dirty ass T-shirts that I see regular people buying from Walmart.
Yeah,
that always broke my heart whenever I saw, damn, you had millions.
I know.
And the person who took the millions from you still has millions.
Yes.
And you.
But this is the byproduct of being a star athlete and being groomed to just do the things that bring you millions, but not be educated on the side about money management or any of that sort, the business side of things, right? And then worse, trusting your family. That opens up a whole set of problems.
Yeah, it's
now you're just you're drafting people who don't know any better than you. So you're basically drafting another idiot in the room. Yeah, that must be frustrating on the brand side. Like, why am I talking to your uncle, man? It's like, don't you?
All right, Nike. So how is this deal going to work for my nephew here?
Okay, I'll talk to you.
I got you.
Imagine how many big.
How does it work for me?
Yeah. Imagine how many deals that just got lost because of like just unqualified people. Yeah. Must have been a lot.
Can you imagine careers that just went sponsorship wise went left and right because they took everything and didn't select or didn't, and then get sued or don't fulfill or, you know who I admire actually now that I think about it is Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah. Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq. If you look at him now, you see personality, entrepreneur, and philanthropist.
Yeah.
When he first got drafted, there's that story of like he spent $1 million in a day. Because he like bought cars. And then sadly, like I'm mad that his dad did this, but his dad saw Shaq, his son, celebrating his success that didn't happen yet.
Yeah.
Like, didn't even play a foot, not one game in the NBA.
Every buying thing.
Pulls up in his new Mercedes, like top of the line, and he's like, "Well, where's mine, son?" I was like, "Oh, what the fuck are you talking about?"
That really happened.
So then Shaq went and bought his dad the same car.
Yeah.
And so that was like, boom, gone. Then his mom got a car even, I think. And so Shaq was taking care of his family, but he spent like $1 million in a day and hadn't even got the money yet.
Man, that's bad parenting, dude.
He learned, though. He learned. I think that somewhere along the line,
he was switched. Able to be successful enough to kind of drain through that lesson. Yeah. Right, and didn't hurt himself.
Yeah, he's mega talent. So he was looking at $24 million a year contracts. So like, obviously it's a lot easier to recover from a bad financial mistake if you have that kind of income. But what I didn't see from that point on, even though I was young, I still recall the story of his growth. He was one of my favorite players. Yeah, I saw investments starting to happen. I saw brand and endorsement deals starting to happen. I start to see education, Shaq getting his honorary doctorate, but then going back to school and like surrounding himself with a team of people who he vets and then gives them business opportunities. And then even the life-changing stuff he's doing for people, like, giving a waitress like $20,000 or whatever, like shit like that. Like, I think that he is probably in a position where he's seen it all, done it all as the athlete. He knows the lifestyle. Yeah. He knows how easy it is for these super fans to get access to you and like try to catch you off guard. Yeah. Ruin your life. Yeah. I would love to see if he like actually sat down and put a plan together and said, "Look, this is the template. Yeah. If you're gonna do nothing, at least do this template. Yeah. Even if you make $3 million, just do this template.
Yeah.
If you make $100 million, just do this template.
Yeah.
I promise you, if you just blow through your money and you're saying, well, next season I'll recover.
Yeah.
You're already fucked.
Yeah. It's true, man.
A lot of millions.
Yeah, a lot of NBA people who get drafted or go in the NBA don't have that experience.
Yeah.
It's new money, man. A lot of for the players, they don't have that extended generation to kind of groom them into like, this is what you do. You put 50% away and just let it grow for the next 30 years. But I mean, those are the type of decisions that we want all athletes, players, employees to get to, obviously, where I feel like the NFL is still in the 1850s of issues. They have to pass that part where they actually have leverage when they go into a team owners meeting. I feel like they don't have that open communication on purpose. I find it very hard unless you're Tom Brady to be talking to the owner on a daily basis, being invited over to his ranch. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not that open type of a communication where in the NBA, you see the owner right there on the chairs in the front row, and he's not in a box at the 50-yard line away from everybody with his friends saying like, look at my team, enjoy my success.
I think corporations need to start getting in on professional sports in a way where
can they just own it?
Well, here's what I think. Like, if I was like raising Canes, we'd be like, hey, new draft that we think is going to do awesome. You're coming to, hey, Zion Williams, you're coming to our area, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah,
we're building a location just for you. You're going to be the half owner. We're going to be the half owner. We're going into partnership.
Yeah,
right. You sign, you're now a professional athlete, so we can put this deal together. We're going to open up a new location. You literally, just by coming here and signing this deal with us, you're going to be half owner of this restaurant that we believe is going to make money. We capitalize because we have a new spot that we're hoping you'll come to every now and then and get people to buy some of the chicken.
Yeah.
But you at least have half of a restaurant that's going to produce income for you for however long. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to see corporations even starting to try to make deals that will help these players financially, that they can leverage.
Yeah.
Not just to like, hey, wear this shirt, let's take your picture and put it in a magazine, and you get this one-off payment.
No, he's definitely
like, this is a long-term asset for you that you will take part in. Yeah. And you're getting that as a 21-year-old going into the NBA who might blow out a knee and not have anything a year from now. Right. Well, you own half of Raising Cane's.
Zion is a special athlete where I feel like he's definitely getting those type of deals. He's just signed with Nike, Jordan, right?
Sure, but
the problem is who's assisting him into making these deals. I'm telling you, man, if his uncle is sitting right there with him, it's like
I think isn't Zion represented? He's got to be represented. There's no way Zion is.
No, he is represented.
He's got to be represented by like Rock.
There was some kind of. I read that there was some controversy because he originally signed before he got drafted, and he had to break contract and sign with a better agency. And
he's probably getting screwed.
He's getting screwed.
He's probably getting screwed.
Yeah.
He saw how much it was going to cost him to have that representation. Yeah. And somebody probably told him that's bullshit.
Yeah, dude, you are a fucking superstar. Yeah. None of this like low grade.
We're like, was megastar management in there shooting with you in the gym?
Yeah.
You
that's what I'm saying, man.
We just want 2%.
It all starts with
not
that.
30%.
Exactly. It all starts with there. And I think I'm in the same shoes, man. If I was gonna get it like a crazy draft, I probably would look within my family first, but the business side of me is like, don't do that, dude. Get some qualified people in there with you. So I'm sure he's represented. I'm sure he's good. But like he seems like the type of player that can be very injury prone. Just how explosive he is at that weight level. Like I feel like he can blow out a knee real quick.
Yeah, he's already shown.
He's already shown 2 years. Yeah, there's like two major injuries, right? The shoe being blown out from under him. He recovered from that, and then the first day on his summer league premiere,
the knee injury.
Yeah, some type of knee injury, and so they learned to like just keep him off. Yeah, this thing that doesn't count, right? He's showing signs of that.
We know he can play. We know he can play against grown men. We've already seen he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Zion's not going to get pushed around.
But he needs some deep LeBron James conditioning, man. Like whatever that $1 million therapy that he goes through every month.
Miami. There's a certain spot off the Google Maps area
that
LeBron visits.
Yeah, whatever that is to keep his conditioning up, because I think that's one of the things that star athletes don't do at a young age. They don't like take care of their body enough. That's their greatest asset, and I feel like people need to take care of themselves, especially playing at that level.
So there you go. All the NBA and NFL players that ever hear this podcast, we're rooting for you, actually, to be honest. We want to see you do well. We want to see you live long and enjoy the fruits of your labor, because everyone else is.
Yes. And, like, it's rarely relative to anybody working in any industry, obviously. Yeah. As soon as it doesn't become 50-50, you need to leave, because in the end, especially when you become a valuable asset, it's never going to be in your favor. Yeah. It's never going to be in your favor. So thank you for joining us for an episode of Invisible Walls. We're live every Monday and Wednesdays, where we talk about breakthroughs in all aspects of life, right? Eventually, we will have these guests on, but we like spending 50-50 talking about trending topics and trending interests that we have ourselves. So 11 a.m. every Monday and Wednesday. Join us. If you are watching this after the fact, you're watching us on our youtube.com/Invisible Walls. It's its own YouTube channel. If you're supporting us, you can support us through our patreon.com/Blue Champs to help keep the lights on for the show. You can support us directly with Twitch Prime or the donate button underneath this episode. And that is it. That will close out the show, guys.
All right. See you guys tomorrow.